Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Rodder Studios. Today I'm going to talk about photography, what equipment I'm letting go, and what I'm gaining. This channel is all about photography, video editing, and production, cinematography. I'm going to share some short films that I'm going to do and teach you guys how to edit and other things like that. Basically everything I love doing in photography, video, and audio engineering. But today is more of like a vlog thing, and I'm going to tell you what I have recently decided to do, getting rid of some cameras and getting a new one. Now, I've been in photography since the mid-80s, the 1980s, for those of you who are watching this in 2090. After we're all long gone, well, not me, I'm going to be around forever, but... So I started shooting on film in the mid-80s, 1980s. You got too far this time. And that was on 110 cameras. Most of you don't remember those or have never seen them. They were film cameras, little 110 cartridges. You'd have to go to the store and, say I want 24 exposures or 36 exposures. You'd buy your 36 roll of film. It would give you 36 images. All automatic. You just had a button and you were done. You would drop the cartridges off at the store for processing and developing. You get your photos back 2 or 3 days later. You paid maybe an extra $5 to get them rushed to you within a day. Olympus was the first point and shoot. It was $19.99. It was really expensive, about $800. It was like a 1.5 megapixel or a 1 megapixel, I want to say. Had to have this camera. Coworker got it. I bought it the next day, that weekend. Then I got the Canon DSLR, all the line. I got the 20D, the 30D, the 40D, the 50D, and in the end I settled on my favorite camera. I stopped with the Canon 5D Mark II. This is a prime lens, 35mm. I had a 5D, not a Mark II, but just a 5D, which I absolutely loved. It looked pretty much just like this. The original 5D, known as the Mark I by Canon, I had as a backup camera for shooting weddings and whatnot. So God forbid something happens with this or it locks or whatever, you've got a backup camera. The 5D is the first in the series of the 5D line. It's the first camera to have a full frame sensor. I'm doing more in the way of YouTube channels. I've got 4 channels, 5 channels I'm producing and editing. And these guys, they're great, but a 5D isn't going to do me much good because it doesn't do video. It just does really nice warm images. And to be honest, it was in the case for 11 months out of the year. So I decided to get rid of that and my mint condition lens. It was a zoom lens, but as I've said, I'm getting more into the prime lenses. What I did keep, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get rid of this, but maybe someday I will, is my 70-200 Canon L series lens. The L series lens is a Pro series line, and you can tell by the red band on the lenses. That's an L series. The lenses that are white, they're Canon, and those are L series Pro lenses. And I'll use this if I'm shooting a wedding and I want to stay far back in the church and I want to get the ring exchange during their vows. Plus, this is outstanding to shoot video with. The images and video are razor sharp. I've been using my iPhone for quick shoots. It's always on me, which is a big thing, but in low light it kind of suffers a little bit. I've been using the iPhone 6 and I love it. It does a great job. Audio is not too bad either, especially if you're going to EQ it and boost the sound and level it out in post-production. So I needed something smaller, something that does really well in low light. And being a Canon shooter, I kept finding online the Canon. Now this is a phenomenal camera. I love how the back of it flips up so you can see if you're in frame. A lot of people complain that they keep looking at themselves on the screen. It's not an issue for me. Always look at the lens when you're talking, not at monitors or anything like that. I've seen a lot of rave reviews on this. The Panasonic GX85. I am so looking forward to shooting video for you guys with this. I cannot wait. It comes with an f/4.0 to 5.6 lens. Lenses are interchangeable, and this is a micro 4/3. It's really, really a nice camera. I didn't even know what this camera was capable of. I didn't see images, I didn't see YouTube videos of samples, and while I was placing the order for this, I was frantically searching around online when I was on the phone with the rep from Adorama, which is where I get most of my stuff, and B&H, of course. It is Christmas Eve, so this is my present to myself, I guess. We have Micro Four Thirds lens lineup. Nice thing about this is you can use any lens from any company if it's a Micro Four Thirds. You could use a Panasonic lens, you could use an Olympus lens. It's got some nice weight to it. It feels like a nice little camera. Check that out. I just like the way it looks. It's very old school to me. And when I placed the order, he said, "Would you like the all black or would you like the silver top?" I said, "Silver, please," because it looks really old school to me. It looks like that. It reminds me of like a 1960s, 1970s camera that your dad would have. On the top, you do have a hot shoe for a flash, and I have not used this camera. I opened it just now. For my videos, I also use a Canon XA10, which is outstanding. It's a video camera only, and I love it. But this is going to be my carry-around point and shoot when I want to do more than use my iPhone. Now, I thought, you know, do I really need this? Because I have my iPhone, which is always on me, which does a great job. So do I need this? Not really. I also have the GoPro Silver, the GoPro 4 Silver Edition, which is awesome. Kind of suffers in low light. I think I'm going to slowly be replacing my digital SLR for just this type of stuff. Everything's going smaller, and I can keep it on me. Now this does not have a flip-up screen. The Canon G7X has a flip-up screen, which I love. So as you're vlogging, you'll be able to see yourself because the screen will be facing you. This screen simply flips out, which is nice because as you're filming, you're looking down on the screen. But that doesn't help me if I want to vlog. It also flips down like that, which is really great. I really will use this because if you're filming up high, you can see what you're filming. You can put this on a monopod and hand it up really high, like 8 feet in the air, and you can see the room that you're filming. I use that quite a bit. You know, you got to make sure that it's on you. It'll be fine. If you're looking right into the lens, no problem. And an HDMI out, which I don't really have plans on using, but you can plug this right into the wall and it charges. I really like that. You don't have to remove the battery for that. On the bottom, you've got the battery. Put that in there, close it, and it's got a lock switch, which is nice. It's a standard connection for a monopod or a tripod, whatever. You've got buttons for the ISO, the white balance, which is really nice. Shutter timer, trash, display, function button, all the things that I would use instantly, like white balance right away. You got to have that. I don't want to mess around with going into a menu and hitting white balance. AF, AE lock, which will come in handy. This camera would be perfect if it had an input for a microphone, because then I could wear a lapel mic and transmit right to this thing. This also doesn't have an ND filter on it, which is noise reduction, and because of that, the images are sharper and more vibrant. It has a good weight to it. It doesn't feel cheap, but it doesn't feel over heavy. It's got a nice balance of weight, just simple pannings. It looks like you're almost on a Steadicam. It does a really, really great job. I'll do some quick video, not knowing what I'm doing. More to come because this is going to be my main camera on the channel. All right. pretty nice as far as stabilization. Now this is the studio that's dimly lit. I like to edit in a dimly lit environment, and that's what this is. I mean, this is really dimly lit. Full auto. The Canon G7X would have been awesome to have, and I've seen videos and I've heard the audio it records, and it's great. But in the end, because I'm getting rid of my digital SLRs, I think, maybe eventually, I've got the one left, like I said, I like the idea of being able to change lenses. I don't want to be stuck with a lens forever, especially what if something happened to the lens, like you get a scratch on it or something. So I'm looking at this more of like a cinematographer point of view. Or what if the lens just stops zooming and then your camera's screwed because there's something wrong with the lens? So I love the sharpness of these Lumix lenses, and I love the Micro Four Thirds technology, the mirrorless camera. So, you know, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next weekend. Thanks for watching, and take care.